Hi, everyone. My name is Caroline Park. I'm one of the yoga instructors at Yoga Nisa Spirit and Wellness Center, and I welcome you to day 2 of the 28-day online challenge. So today we're going to focus a bit more on grounding. So I invite you to step onto your mats, to take a comfortable cross-legged position, and I will join you in 1 second. So facing the front of your mat in a cross-legged position, closing the eyes, taking notice of your breath. And without judgment, noticing the quality of your breathing this morning or this afternoon, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this practice. I invite you to have your palms facing down on the knees for grounding. Starting to notice the movement of the breath as you take your inhales and your exhales. Feeling the air travel in through the nose, into the lungs, into the belly. And on your exhale, feeling the belly decompress, the chest fall, the collarbones fall. Inhale through the nose. Feel the belly rise, the chest rise, the collarbones. And exhale, collarbones, chest, and belly fall. Inhale, belly, chest, collarbone. And exhale, collarbone, chest, and belly. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly extending the exhales. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Assuming your natural breath. Feeling grounded in your body. And if you find your mind wandering throughout this practice, remembering to come back to the breath. To the sensations in the body, and to the present moment. On the next inhale, reaching arms up overhead. And exhale, hands heart center, bowing down, the chin to the palms. And slowly, with a couple blinks, opening the eyes. As we begin this practice, remembering to continue to remain grounded throughout this practice and in our everyday lives. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, dropping those left fingertips towards the right knee. Right fingertips reach behind you, spinal twist. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And And exhale to sink deeper into that twist. You can use this left arm for leverage to sink deeper into that twist. And exhale, switching sides. Right fingertips outside the right knee. Left fingertips reach behind you. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale to sink deeper using that right arm. And exhale, coming back to center, spreading the legs apart here into a V shape. You can point the toes, flex the ankles, whatever feels good in this posture. Straightening the back. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, reaching those palms forward. Feeling that opening in the groin. And slowly coming back up. Inhale, arms reach back up and dropping that left elbow onto in front of or on the inside of the left leg and reaching those right fingertips overhead as if you're reaching towards those left toes. And try not to crunch inwards like this, but rather reaching upwards, opening the chest or the heart up towards the sky. And breathing here, opening that right side body. And exhale, switching sides. So inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, dropping that right elbow in front of the right thigh. Reaching left fingertips overhead. Reaching towards those left toes. And again, trying not to crunch that bicep in forward, or rather reaching the heart up towards the sky. Breathing here. And on the next exhale, coming back to center, bringing the soles of the feet together, shaking out the knees in Baddha Konasana. And inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, curling forward over the toes. And on the next inhale, coming around to face the front of the mat in tabletop position. So shoulders stacked over wrists, hips stacked over knees. Inhale, dip the belly, dip the chest, cow. And exhale, rounding out that upper spine, cat pose. Inhale, dip the belly, dip the chest, bringing the chest through the arms. And exhale, separate those shoulder blades. Feel the opening in the rhomboids. And coming back to neutral spine, we're going to inhale, right fingertips up towards the sky. And exhale, threading it under, grounding that back shoulder, the back of the right shoulder, and reaching left fingertips towards the top left corner of the mat. You can stay here or take your left fingertips and reach it either to the low back, the back of the hand on the low back, or tucking it into the right hip crease. On the next exhale, planting that left palm beside the face. Inhale, right fingertips reach up towards the sky. And exhale, switching sides. Inhale, left fingertips up towards the sky. And exhale, threading that left hand through and under that right arm. Planting and rooting the back of that left shoulder onto the mat. And reaching right fingertips up towards the top right corner of the mat. You can stay here or take a bind with me on this side as well. Reaching those right fingertips to the low back or tucking it into the left hip crease. Breathing oxygen into the back of that left shoulder. Feeling that right front shoulder opening if you're taking a bind. And on the next exhale, planting that right palm beside the face. Inhale, left fingertips reach up towards the sky. And exhale, coming back to tabletop position, stepping the palms forward, curling the toes under, lifting the hips up and back into your first downward facing dog. Just pedaling out the heels here, swaying the hips from side to side. Noticing how open or how stiff the backs of the calves and the hamstrings are today. Trying to maintain a long line of energy from the palms to the tops of the sit bones. On the next inhale, reaching right toes up towards the sky. And exhale, bringing that foot in between the palms, wiggling it up in between the palms if you need to. And inhale, arms reach up, high lunge, relaxing the shoulders down the back, gazing forward. You're on the balls of the back toes. On the next exhale, reaching right fingertips forward, left fingertips back, spinal twist. And exhale, reaching down with those left fingertips as you reach up with the right fingertips. This is one variation. You can drop the back knee if you need a little bit more support. Wherever you are today, holding here, noticing all points of your hands and your feet in contact with the ground. And exhale, planting that right palm down, bringing that right foot outside the right palm, stepping back to plank and coming into a side plank. Left hand reaches up. You can stay here, or if you need a bit more support, you can bring that right sole of the foot down in the middle, reaching that left hip up towards the sky, wherever you are. Rather than sitting low down here, try to really use that side core. And on the exhale, planting that left palm down, coming back into plank, and coming through your vinyasa, knees up or down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a moment here in your downward facing dog to recenter. Moving on towards the next side. Inhale, left toes reach up towards the sky. Just trying to square the hips still. Reaching the right heel down towards the mat. Bend the knee, open up that hip. Start to draw a little bit of a circle. And switching sides or directions. Extending that leg. Inhale, reaching that left foot in between the palms. And inhale, arms reach up, high lunge here. You're on the ball of that back foot again. Relaxing the shoulders down the back, gazing forward. On the next exhale, reaching right fingertips forward, left fingertips back, spinal twist, facing the side wall. And exhale, cartwheeling the hands down on either side of that knee, reaching left fingertips up towards the sky. So you're here in revolved side angle. You can stay here, or if you need some support, dropping that back leg down. Wherever you are holding this pose, strong legs, strong arms. And on the next exhale, dropping that left palm down, bringing the left foot outside the right palm, stepping back into plank and coming into side plank on the other side. Right hand reaches up. You can take that supported position with the sole of the foot in the center of the mat if you need. Wherever you are holding for a couple more breaths Trying not to sink the hips down, but rather lift them up. And exhale, right palm down, coming back to plank and coming through your vinyasa. Knees up or down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Taking a moment here. Inhale, rolling onto the balls of the feet, bending the knees and stepping forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, planting the palms. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. And down by the sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. Closing the eyes here. Noticing the effects of those postures on your body. Noticing your heart beating in your chest. Grounding down through all parts of the feet, even the toes. Taking a moment to lift the toes off the mat, stretch them apart, and place them back down. Slowly starting to shift weight onto your right foot. We're going to come into a tree pose. So gently opening the eyes with a couple blinks, shifting weight onto that right foot. You can bring the sole of the left foot onto either the calf or the right thigh. Trying to point that knee, the left knee out towards the left side. Hands can be down by the side or at heart center. Wherever you are in your tree pose, finding some sort of variation with the hands and grounding down through that right foot. You can have your hands up towards the sky and branches in prayer above the head. Wherever you are, finding balance, finding grounding. If you fall out, not to worry at all. Slowly come back into your tree. On the next exhale, bringing hands to heart center, slowly moving that knee to face forward and stepping back into a high lunge. Adjusting here. Inhale and exhale, dropping the hands on either side of that right foot, stepping back into plank and coming through your vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. And taking another moment here in your down dog. Inhaling onto the balls of the feet, bending the knees, stepping or jumping your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms reach up, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, planting the palms. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center, switching sides. Hands by the sides, slowly closing the eyes again. Planting down through the feet, shifting weight on towards that left foot. And as you gently open the eyes, or you can keep them closed, it's a bit more challenging that way. You can bring your right sole of the foot either onto your left calf or onto your left thigh. Trying to mirror what you did on the other side, but of course, we're not symmetrical. Our bodies, the sides of our bodies are different. So feeling out your body and what is most comfortable for you. And holding in this tree pose, taking your preferred arm variation. Could be different this time from the last. I'm just trying to stay grounded here. Feeling all points of that left foot in contact with the mat. And on the next exhale, pointing that right knee forward and slowly shifting into high lunge, stepping that right foot back. You can adjust to the foot here. Inhale, arms reach up, and exhale, planting the palms down, stepping back into plank and coming through your vinyasa, knees up or down. Exhale, inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, shifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. And just beginning to wind down here, slowly bending the knees, stepping forward into Dandasana, however you want to get into this position. It doesn't have to be the way that I just did it. Inhaling the arms up towards the sky and exhaling, reaching towards the ankles or the sides of the feet if you can reach there. Trying to maintain a long spine, bending at the hips. Feeling how open the backs of the legs are after moving through those poses. Inhaling back up. We're going to meet on our backs in supine position, knees pointing up towards the sky. We're going to come through a couple of rounds of bridge pose. So tickling the backs of the heels with your fingertips. So the soles of the feet are planted hip distance apart. We're going to inhale as we lift our pelvis up towards the sky. And exhale, slowly lowering vertebrae by vertebrae until we're back on the mat. Inhale, lift. Pelvis reaches up towards the sky as if somebody's pulling with a string up towards the sky. And exhale, slowly lowering back down. And last one here, we can add the arms. Inhale, pelvis up towards the sky. And exhale, slowly lowering back down. Inhale, right toes reach up towards the sky, bending, bringing that right ankle over top the left thigh, figure four position. You can stay here, making sure we have that right ankle flexed to protect the right knee. And you can push out with that right knee here, or you can take a bind, interlacing the fingers behind that left leg for a deeper stretch in the outer right hip. Breathing here. Slowly unwinding, bringing the sole of that foot back onto the mat and switching sides here. So inhale, left toes reach up towards the sky. And exhale, bringing that left ankle over top the right thigh. Again, you can stay here, making sure that left ankle is flexed and slowly rotating that left hip outwards a bit more. Or you can take the fingers, interlacing them behind the right thigh for a deeper opening of that left hip. You should be feeling this on the outside of the left hip here. Continuing to breathe, grounding the sacrum, grounding the back of the head onto the mat. And on the next exhale, Slowly flattening that right sole of the foot back on the mat. We're going to take a final spinal twist here before Shavasana. So gently rotating the knees off towards the right as we stretch our left hand out towards the left, gazing over the left shoulder. Just a gentle spinal twist here. And switching sides. Inhale back to center, reaching the right arm out as we twist our knees over towards the left. Make any adjustments as you see fit. Gazing over the right shoulder. You can close the eyes if that's comfortable for you here. And inhaling back to center, extending out the legs and the elbows, coming into your final Shavasana or resting pose. Noticing how the body feels in your Shavasana today. Do you feel more grounded in mind, in body, and in spirit? Wherever you are, thanking yourself for joining me in this practice today. And thank your body for taking you through it. Thank yourself for allowing yourself to absorb the beneficial effects of this practice today. Completely relaxing the face, the shoulders, melting into the ground. A few moments of rest in Shavasana. Slowly waking up the body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, rolling out the wrists and the ankles. You want to stay in your Shavasana because you're not ready to leave just yet. I welcome you to stay for as long as you wish. But if you want to come out with me, slowly making your way back to seated posture in whatever way is most comfortable for you, taking your time. Meeting back in the position that we started in, palms face down on the knees. Eyes can be closed. Bringing the hands to heart center here. Bowing the head slightly. And with a couple blinks, opening up the eyes if they're closed. Thank you all for joining me in this practice today. Thank you for sharing your loving light and energy with me today in this practice. And I ask you to go forward in your days, continuing to feel grounded. And I hope this practice has helped you feel a little bit more grounded. Namaste. Thanks, guys.